Hello and welcome to Chinese Health Regimen. Health and longevity have always been an aspiration of mankind, especially now that our living standards have gone up tremendously. So how do we live longer? In this episode, we'll show you exactly how.
Yangsheng, or health preservation, is commonly known as Baojian, or maintaining the health. As we all know, Qigong has long been in existence in the Chinese history, and it is a form of health preservation. It helps to maintain our health through restoring the body's well-being and posture, or tiaoshen, readjusting our respiratory system, or tiaoxi, and realigning our mental and spiritual well-being, or tiaoxin. In the last season, we have shared with you the various benefits that health-preserving Qigong could bring, and today we'll give you more insight into yet another type of Qigong, called medical Qigong.
So what is medical Qigong? In fact, it's a combination of traditional Chinese medicinal techniques as well as the practice of Qigong, both combining with the objective of healing. This is achieved through much practice of the art of Qigong.
What then is the relationship between Qigong and traditional Chinese medicine? The connection between Qigong and traditional Chinese medicine lies in the fact that both possess the same foundation according to the 5 elements of yin and yang, that is metal, wood, water, fire, and earth, and aims at improving a person's health or well-being. The development of medical Qigong has a long history dating back to ancient times, and in the classical medical journal of TCM, called Huangdi Neijing, there are records of the principles of medical Qigong as well as clinical studies on the advantages of this form of exercise. The earliest known medical Qigong exercise is believed to be the Wu Qin Si, from a famous physician of the Han Dynasty, Hua Tuo.
The application of medical Qigong has grown through several thousands of years of development. In fact, its treatment techniques of contraindication and efficacy have been developed to such a state where it makes it a whole, complete, wholesome treatment. It is now a rising trend and has received wide positive response. In fact, throughout the ages of ancient China, all the medical physicians were well proficient in this art. Medical Qigong is good for treating chronic diseases, for example, restoring the body's blood pressure and curing the sugar imbalance. It can be subdivided into certain categories.
The foundation of medical Qigong, for example, Qinggong, Neiyang Gong, and in particular, Han Yang Rui Gong, combines theories and elements from traditional Chinese medicinal techniques to restore the body's yin and yang equilibrium and reduce discomfort and pain in patients. It is easy to learn, and the techniques are effective in revitalizing the body and relieving ailments.
Today I have the pleasure of introducing Dr. Tan here, Sifu Tan, who's actually a practitioner in Qigong. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So my first question, how did you actually get to know about this Qigong?
Well, I've been practicing Qigong for quite some time, almost 30 years. But initially, I practiced like most other people do. Just practice for general health purposes and so on. After about 11 years in that area, just by chance, I get to know medical Qigong. It all started with a friend of mine who had throat cancer, and he met a grandmaster in Beijing who treated his cancer just in 3 treatments. So I heard about it. I leave everything aside, fly to Beijing, and very fortunately I managed to locate him, and more fortunate, he accepted me as his student. That's how I get to know medical Qigong.
How long were you his student for?
When I met him, I remember when he first saw me, he said, "Hey, look, why you can't look for me? You able to treat somebody? Huh? Are you practicing Qigong?" I said, "Yeah, more than 10 years." And he said, "Okay, what you need to do is just to know the techniques of how to do it." And I spent about just a short period of time with him to pick out the treatment techniques.
I see. So I've heard there's medical Qigong and normal Qigong. What are the differences?
Okay, in normal Qigong, the objective is to practice Qigong for general health purposes. Whereas medical Qigong, besides that, you're able to use your energy to help somebody. to overcome their health challenges. Yeah. And if let's say you want to practice medical Qigong, in addition to all those knowledge that you have to understand how a body functions. For example, the anatomy of the body and the energy anatomy, the channels and meridians and so on.
So there's more than one type of medical Qigong, is that correct?
Medical Qigong in general is referring to self-healing as well as treating somebody, therapeutic part of it. In medical Qigong, we classify it into 3 different types. First of all, Qigong Master uses his own energy to treat someone. That's the first category. The second category, the Qigong Master, besides using his own energy, he can tap energy around him to help him to help the patient. And the third category, besides that, not only his own internal energy, tapping energy, he also activates the flow of the patient's energy. So from that aspect, you can see that medical Qigong have 3 different categories.
So the Qi is not within our body, its energy is everywhere.
Yeah,
correct.
The universe consists of a lot of energy. If we know how to tap this energy, it can help us to enhance our energy level in the body as well.
I see. So who can actually practice medical Qigong?
Well, basically, any healthy person can practice, but there are certain basic criteria. Number one, you have to be self-disciplined, because a lot of regular practices that you have to go through to be able to reach a level that you can help people. You must have also a love of helping others. Yeah. So these are 2 very basic
very important.
Yes.
Okay. From a local perspective, is medical Qigong widely accepted in Malaysia? Are there any other centers that you're aware of?
Well, in Malaysia, Qigong in general is very well accepted. If you walk to any park, you can see there are groups of people practicing Qigong all over the place. But many of them, just like what I went through initially, do not understand the medical therapeutic part of the art. Yeah? So I would say that they actually practice for health purposes, for general purposes. Whereas if it's really true medical Qigong, there are just a handful of masters in this country that they practice it. However, they don't teach.
I see. So can you just share with us some personal experiences or even testimonials from your patients?
Okay, I remember when I first started practicing Qigong almost 30 years back, I have very bad sinus. It runs in the family. And after 3 months of practicing Qigong, my sinus completely gone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was the self-healing part. Yeah? And then later on, when I picked up the art of treating others, initially, I was not a professional healer. I just help friends as and when that they need help. I remember my first patient is a very good friend of mine who had a stomach upset in Thailand because of spicy food. He's an Aussie.
Oh, I see.
And he was just too much on the spicy Thai food.
Yeah.
And next day he had problem. And within minutes, actually I helped him to overcome the problem. And that's minutes, literally minutes. You know? And that really gave me a lot of confidence, the power of how to use Qigong treat others. And eventually, when I become professional, I help different type of patients ranging from stroke, cancer, even some of them with DNA-related problems.